Hello, hello, hello. We are live. Thank you, Erica. I'm gonna jump into Clubhouse here. I actually did some research. Thank you for the rose, the heart me's, the all the things that do the things that they do. Well, now Clubhouse don't want to let me in. There you go. There you go. All right. Alexa, pause. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday's Tips with Keisha. This is going to be a conversation dialogue, and I don't mean to be discriminatory, but this is going to be talking to people in America. And the reason I want to put that disclaimer out is because I cannot help people in other countries at this time. We've not gone international because of the rules and regulations. And this is not advertising any one company. This is strictly education. Grants, thanks for joining. This is strictly education and talking about the things that I have learned and that I want to share with people because I have the platforms to be able to share. Because some people just don't know. And, you know, ignorance is not a defense. So we're going to kill the ignorance about insurance. So we're going to talk about insurance. What is insurance, life insurance? We insure everything. We insure, people insure their bodies, we insure our cars, we insure our homes, but we do not insure the most valuable asset that we have, and that is us. No. And that is ourselves. So our family ends up with this. You've heard the story, such and such spouse died and we had to collect some money and we just didn't have enough. And, people were putting funerals on layways and things of that nature. So we're going to talk about life insurance and what that is. The definition. So I did it today. I was real interested today as to what the complete definition of life insurance was. What does thus say AI? Life insurance is a contract where an insurance company pays a designated beneficiary a lump sum of money known as a death benefit with the insured person passes away. The policyholder pays regular premiums to keep the policy active. It provides financial security to cover the costs like income replacement, funeral expenses, and outside debts. Okay, I don't have any gummies for you to have, and Granny is working. So until I'm off work, I need for you to go to your room and play. I need insurance because if something happens to me, that little one needs to still have the lifestyle that she's accustomed to having. So there's multiple parts of policies, but all insurances are the same. And what people don't understand that there are many, 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 many types of life insurance. Unfortunately, they are all term insurance, and I bet you a lot of people didn't know even whole life is a term policy built around a savings account. And if you pull out your policy, you will be shocked and appalled of how much insurance you actually are getting and paying. Now, back to definition. Not using opinions today. So a little later on, then it's my platform, my opinion. Okay. Um. So we have the. I do provide the longest. Hello. Is that Dava? Yes, you can. What? Um. So term insurance is for a term of period of time. So it's in usually in 10 year increments, 10, 20, or actually 10. 5. So then it goes into 5-year increments. So 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on and so forth. I do have availability to give you 35 years, which is the longest coverage in the States, right? Now, we all, a lot of us were taught whole life, whole life, whole life. It's more expensive and it's for your whole life. It's actually not. If you look at your table, you would notice the older you get, the less the insurance you have, because that savings that you had attached to that has to pay the premium up until your natural life. And they pray that you die before you're 90. Okay. And then within the whole life, we have universal variable index annuities. And that's the things that you're hearing now. Be your own bank. Um, Guess what, y'all? You can be your own bank by having a money market account. And I am not giving any financial advice. I am expressing my thoughts of what I have learned in the industry. There is a way for you to be your own bank. It is not by getting a whole life policy. It is not by getting a universal IUL. And it is not, yeah, those are not ways of being a UI, IUL, a VU. I had what is called a paid up um, whole life policy. That's what my children will get if something was to happen to me. Guess what? I went and looked at that policy and I looked at the table. So if you've never taken out your life insurance policy and looked at it and looked over with someone that just wants to educate and give you more for your money and you're fairly healthy, I would advise you to do that. If that's something that you're interested in doing and you have a policy that you want to overlook, you want to go over to see if it's the best thing for you, please comment below. I need my policy looked over. And then we will set up a time and date to do so. And we can do that virtually. Okay, as long as you're in the United States. Preferably if you're in the southeast side, I can pretty much cover you over there because I am licensed in 7 different states to look at those policies. Okay. Okay. So I thought I was gonna be able to show it to y'all, but I guess I'm not. Oh, here you go. Let's talk about it. So remember, I said it's a contract. So you get your contract, right? How many of y'all get your contract and read over it? So it says this was purchased in 2021. I was the right age of, oh no, this is my granddaughter's policy. This is even better because I knew I wanted her protected and I didn't want to pay for her insurance until she was grown, up until she was 20, right? So I bought into okay, here are mine. Sorry, let's go back. Here you go. So I bought this policy. It's a 20-year permanent life policy, $50,000. And it was bought 15 years ago. It was issued when I was 35. I did not smoke, and I paid $87 a month in a premium. Okay. Now, this insurance has cash value. It does. So I've had it for 15 years. I've been paying them $87.14. Let's get some numbers on here. We're going to make it practical. Come on, calculator. So I've had it for 15 years. So 15 times 12 is 180 months. 180 times 87. What I say? Where the front page go? think I said it was $87.14. Let's just round it off to $87. Okay. So I've paid them $15,000, 660 $15,660 over the last 15 years. I've paid for my funeral, my final expenses. I have. Y'all, my family can actually properly put me in where I need to go of my choice because of what I've decided in the last 15 years. Now imagine that had I put that money into a money market account. I needed this because I had children that were not 18, so they needed this $50,000. But now all they're going to get is the $50,000 because this is the thing. We're taught whole life because it's supposed to have cash value. So let's talk about that. So my premium right now is an annual premium of $1,046 up until the age of 55 because I got it at 35. I pay it for 20 years and I have a total benefit upon me not making it of $50,000 until I am 86. My policy stops at 86. At 86, I have $50,000. But it's whole life. And when we think of whole life, we think for our entire life, right? Right. Now, my cash value in this policy for the first 5 years is zero. Now, I've had it for 15 years. So for 15 years, I have $7,000 that I can take out of here. Okay. So I can go be like $7,000. Can I have that $7,000? They're going to say, sure. They're going to give it to me. And then I'm going to have to pay interest on that. So how am I my own bank? Because the interest goes back to the insurance company. Yep. So am I on my own bank? So if you don't believe in life insurance, I don't know what's going on with Clubhouse, but if you don't believe in life insurance and I say this because a lot of people don't believe in it. They have this fear that someone's going to knock them off or something like that. But if you don't believe in life insurance, then make sure you have a account that is growing over 8% because that's what the interest rate of this insurance policy is if I take that $7,000. Or if something happens and I don't make it to pay it back, my family only gets $43,000 plus interest. So whole life is not whole life. So I get a little dividend statement every year. My policy value. So they have the initial death benefit. Then they have my annual premium. And then they have my policy value dividends is what they're called. Now, the only way you're supposed to be caring about dividends is if you getting them because you own stock and you getting paid your quarterly dividends. That's the only reason you should care about dividends. The only reason. Not in your insurance policy. Because that means that you're overpaying so you're paying retail, basically, you're paying retail for wholesale product. That's what you're doing when you buy whole life. you are paying retail for wholesale. So the insurance company went out and got an insurance on you for a wholesale. Then they charge you retail. And then they give you a quarterly statement, say, we're going to buy more of this for you. Well, why not control that for yourself? Yep, life insurance. I ain't trying to tell you you got to get it, but you are your most valuable asset. Hey, Jermaine. Hello. Please tap the screen. Give me your daily heart me. I don't know why I even have the guest panel up here because actually today was supposed to be I'm giving away opportunities to have your insurance policy looked over. So you can comment. Um, look, I'll mess up and turn around, and you ain't gonna be able to find out that you can't comment in my live, and I'll be hurt. Yep, it's on Superfan only, so you can't even make no comments. I knew something changed because I had this guest panel thing show up. Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't like when things don't work your way. It's okay. I'll be back. So I don't know what happened. I don't want to receive guest requests. So maybe it's something that happens in the beginning of the day. This ain't fun. This ain't fun at all. Let's see. I went back, came out. Now you can leave a message. Look at them. So TikTok has its own way of doing things, and I got to be okay with that. So we are streaming our YouTube channel, and we're talking about the difference between term insurance and whole life insurance. So yes, when you come in, don't forget to get your daily heart me, like, follow, share. But we're talking about life insurance and why we don't have it. And when was the last time that someone has sat down with you to tell you how much you need? And this is it done switch somehow. And this is for my American people. My American friends. I cannot insure if you're not in the US. So what I end up doing, I've been doing life insurance for about 10 years now. I've been selling life insurance for about 10 years. I've gone independent. I've tried to help families, but I changed my method. I don't like to sell anymore. You either need it and want it, and you're going to come to me, or we're going to talk about preparing for, like, just preparation. Preparation. Hey, Xavier, how are you? So today, I don't know how How much you need? What are you worth? Uh, Mr. Campbell, hello. So yeah, so your need is based on strictly what you are worth to the people that you take care of, right? Mr. Focus all day, hello. So we sit down, 7 to 8 figures. You probably need $1 million policy because the dime says you need 10 times your annual salary, especially if you're married, because you're 85% of widows lose their home in the first year of their spouse no longer being present, especially if she's a stay home. So 7 to 8 figures, you need a key man policy. You probably need a max policy that we can give. Hey, Sin Free, welcome. So yeah, so that's how we decide what your need is. We can't our no one should arbitrarily tell you that you need $1 million policy and they don't know if you're living a $10,000 lifestyle, right? Now, if you're trying to truly leave generational wealth, yeah, leave $1 million policy, get a trust established, and then have your trust funded, and that way the next generation and the generations after that actually know who you are because you've done that. But if you ain't making 6, 7, 8 figures, you don't need $1 million policy. Now they're looking at that as a get rich scheme. We got to take a course on that every year because people do wrong things with good stuff. Thank you for the follow and thank you for the likes. If you're a gifter, don't forget to your daily heart me. But we're talking about life insurance and why you need it. How to determine how much you need and how to determine why you need what you need. Hey Trish, welcome. So yeah, that's what a financial needs analysis is for, is to sit down with someone that does this. Um, Look at your whole entire house. It starts with insurance. Oh my gosh, I went to a networking event. It was Wine, Women, and Wealth. And this lady had been in the industry for over 40 years. And she spoke my language. It was like, oh, I love her. Um, so emergency fund, life insurance, um, a budget. No, so first she started with a budget, emergency fund, and life insurance, and then all your investments. And for women, we live longer than men. We outlive men on average. On average. So if you're married, you're probably gonna say goodbye. But I guarantee you, grieving is a lot different when you can do it into him because y'all sat down and had the conversation. Hey, welcome Rudy from Belize. Y'all had and you know that you want to leave your family better than um, without being in destitute, right? You want them to be good, right? If you're a Christian, it says a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So if you are your legacy builder, build your legacy. If you don't know how to and you want to sit down, message me. Hey, I want to hear more about that. If you don't have, if I gave you a chart and said, all right, you give me your age, I can make you a millionaire at this age, give or take, would you follow the plan? Andre, hello, how are you? Would you? How Hi, Shy on Clubhouse. How are you? I would. If somebody had told me when I was 25 that all I needed to do was put up $161 into the right account, I would be a millionaire at 65. Do you know that my life right now will be different? My children's life will be different. My grandchildren's life will be different. Now, it's different because my mom was about credit and buying houses, having property. So I understood home ownership. I understood entrepreneurship. I understood all those things. And she also understood having life insurance because my grandmother did that on all her kids. She had life insurance. When my grandparents was no longer with us, my mom gave each child their policy. And because nobody taught them the principles and the financial principles of money, they all cashed those in. So I had a couple of uncles. I had an uncle to die that had to go to the state. So it I'm a person that will go and have a solitary moment with my grandparents. I can't go have that with my uncle because I don't know his great his eternal rest in space on earth is not marked because he didn't have a policy. And GoFundMe was not there. Yeah, did y'all know that GoFundMe? Did y'all know that millennials have the biggest GoFundMe for funerals ever? Mm-hmm. And it's for funerals. The millions of dollars, and then you don't even get it. You get taxed on it, and you get because they're gonna 1099 you if you raise over $599 because it's considered income. And then GoFundMe takes a percentage, so you don't even get a whole lot. So if we're raising $1,000, and let's say GoFundMe takes $100, you get $900. But you needed the 1,000, right? So you need to ask for 1,500 to get the 1,000, and then they're gonna send you a 1099 for the 900. So you was burdened enough to have to ask for the GoFundMe. Now you're going to be burdened at the end of the year to have to pay taxes on it. Crazy. But this is why we don't have the conversation, especially in the Black community, about life insurance. We got to, y'all. We gotta. We got to. We got to talk about money. We got to talk about community economics. We get together in small pockets in our community. We pool our money together. We buy something and we go back. Yeah, we got to talk about all of that. We got to get back to that. So my family, like I would love a family trust where everybody put in $100 a month. So when something happens, if you don't believe in having life insurance, when something happens, then you can go to your eternal rest.
There's something strange going on. There's something buzzing in my ear, and I told it to get away.
Okay. Did it get away? So that's it.
It's still in our house.
Okay. So Tuesday's tips for Keisha is takeaways. Please, 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 please get your life insurance policy. And if you don't know what type you need, talk to some professional. Message me and let me know, hey, I need to talk to you about that. And if you need to make because um Christmas is coming. And if you're a Christmas person and you need to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month additional in income and you live in the United States, please reach out to me as well. I can help you get started on your pathway to financial freedom. I'd love to talk to you further. Thank you and bye bye.